Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. God gave me a vision today and also yesterday. So the vision that I had yesterday, I wasn't sure if I should share it because it was very graphic in content, and I didn't know if I should talk about it until the vision that I had today, and I felt like they were both very important to share. So in the first vision, um, it was like I was part of a group, and in this group there was women, there was children, and there was men. And we this group, it was like we were like all like colored people, like that were in this group. So what I could understand in the dream was that there was no more government. So people had to like band together. Like people were just making groups and having their own government where like the guys had like guns and would defend the group, and the women would look for food for the group, and take care of the children. And I didn't know anyone in this group. Um, and the only person I recognized, it was a guy. He's kind of like a celebrity, but um, I never really liked him. Um, you know, growing up, because he wasn't really that attractive to me, but like, you know, all the other people thought he looked good and stuff. But I didn't really like him as a celebrity. And not that he did anything bad or anything like that, but he wasn't my favorite my favorite you know um like celebrity person that I was like, you know, looking up to and stuff like that when I was younger. So he was in the group too. And in this dream, um what I had seen was that there was one of the children in the group. I saw that she had been taken into like an open field or like the woods or something. I remember there was a lot of grass and trees around, and she had been brutalized, you know, very, very badly, and to the point where like her intestines was hanging out and everything. And it was just a really horrific sight for me. So I God had shown me that, I came back to the group, and the baby was still alive, or the child was still alive. So I knew that what I had seen in this dream was a vision of what one of the guys were going to do to this child, or maybe the guy group was going to do to this child. So I went to the leader of our group, and I was pleading with him, and I was crying, and I was on my knees, and I was begging him. I was telling him to please don't let anyone in his group brutalize a child. And before I could finish what I was trying to say, I was just in so much tears that I could barely talk. I was just overwhelmed with emotion and sadness in this dream about what someone in this group was planning against this child, because the child was still alive, and what I had seen in the vision hadn't happened to the child yet. So I was just begging him not to let it happen, because I felt that if the children in the group were treated wrongly, it would create like more like chaos within our group, to where people would start acting lawless, you know. And there was no more order in the world in this dream, and people were trying to survive. So that was the first dream. That was the first dream that I had. So the second dream that I had was it was a dream where We were like in a shelter or like a camp. But I know we were like in a building, and this building had a lot of people in it. And it was like something had happened to where we had to go into this building for like food and clothes and like necessities. I don't know if it was just like where people would go to get things and go back home, or if we had to live there. But I was in the building, and my job in this building was to make food for people, like to prepare their trays for them. I wasn't necessarily cooking the food, but I was making plates and serving them to people that were coming in the building for food. So the one of the guys that was working with me, he was like, you know, in charge of the food too. He had got like this big pan, and he was just dumping a bunch of food in there for me. And he was like, you know, I really like you. Whatever you need for your family, I'm going to help you. And people were getting mad at him. They were like, this food is for everybody. Why are you only giving it to her?